All right, let's talk about something that's probably humming in the background of your life right at this very moment. This pervasive web of distraction that seems to follow us everywhere.
So let me ask you this. Does this sound familiar? You've been at your desk for hours, right? You're jumping from an email to a Slack message to a quick check of your phone and then back again. Your whole day feels absolutely jam-packed. But at the end of it, you kind of lean back and think, what did I actually do today? Look, that's not just a feeling. It's a real symptom of our always-on world. A weird paradox where being constantly connected is somehow making us less connected to the work that truly matters.
And the cost of all this constant switching? It is staggering. Get this. Research shows that every single time you jump between tasks, your productivity can plummet by up to 40%. This is because of a little something called attention residue, which we're going to get into in just a minute. But just stop and think about that number. 40%. That's nearly half of your effectiveness, just gone, lost in the shuffle between all those different windows and notifications.
Okay, so if we're gonna fight back, we first need to know what we're up against. In this section, we're gonna pull back the curtain and name these silent thieves that are constantly trying to hijack our focus. First on the list is notification fatigue. Just think about it for a second. One study found that the average US worker uses nine different apps every day just for their job. And every single one of them is pinging, buzzing, and screaming for your attention. It creates this state of perpetual interruption that just drains our mental batteries and shatters our concentration.
And that leads us right into this next idea, attention residue. You see, even after you switch away from your email and get back to that important report, a part of your brain is still stuck thinking about that last message. It's like a cognitive ghost hanging around, and it can take, get this, up to 23 minutes for your mind to fully, 100% refocus on the new thing. And then there's this newer player in the game, sludge content. Oh, you've definitely seen this stuff. It's those split-screen videos, with maybe a podcast clip on top and then someone playing a video game or, I don't know, slicing soap on the bottom. It's what you'd call extreme stimuli, or eye candy, and it's designed with one and only one purpose, to keep your eyes absolutely glued to the screen so you never ever get bored and swipe away. But that engagement, it comes at a really steep cognitive price.
And this isn't just a theory, the impact is real and it's measurable. A Stockholm University study tested this exact thing. They found that people who watched those distracting sludge videos performed up to 37.5% worse on memory recall tasks afterward. So this stuff isn't just a harmless distraction, it's actively messing with our ability to think and learn. So you might be wondering, why is all this happening? Is it just me? Am I just bad at focusing? Well, the answer is a big fat no. It's not a personal failure. Let's move on and see how this is all part of a much, much bigger system, the economic engine designed to capture our focus. This quote from author Cal Newport just nails it. Think about it. Our attention is a finite resource. You only have so much of it each day. And at the same time, there's a multi-billion-dollar industry, the attention economy, that literally treats your focus like a commodity to be mined and sold. They're not just offering a fun service, they're in an all-out war for your eyeballs. And one of the most powerful weapons they have is something called the slot machine effect. You know that feeling when you pull down to refresh your social media feed? You have no idea what you're going to get. It could be nothing, or it could be a juicy piece of news or 100 likes on your latest post. That randomness, that variable reward, triggers a dopamine hit in your brain. It's the exact same chemical loop that makes gambling so addictive. It's engineered to keep you pulling that lever over and over and over again. And this whole attention economy thrives on this myth that we can all be great multitaskers. But let's be real, most of what we call multitasking is actually just rapid task switching. We're not doing two things at once. We're just bouncing between them like a pinball, and we're paying that 40% productivity tax with every single bounce. Actually doing two things at once, true dual tasking, is incredibly rare and really, really hard on your brain. Okay, enough of the doom and gloom, right? We've diagnosed the problem. Now for the good part, the solution. This section is all about real, actionable strategies you can use to start reclaiming your focus from the clutches of distraction. And the solution really starts by understanding that there are two totally different types of work. On one side, you've got deep work. That's that state of flow where you're completely immersed, creating amazing stuff that's hard to replicate. And then there's shallow work.
Answering routine emails, sitting in status meetings, all the logistical stuff that's easy to do while you're distracted, but that creates very little actual value. Our goal? Maximize the deep work and seriously minimize the shallow stuff. This brings us to a really powerful philosophy called digital minimalism. Now, this isn't about throwing your phone in a lake and moving to a cabin in the woods, not at all. It's about being incredibly intentional. You consciously choose the few digital tools that genuinely add value to your life, the ones that align with your actual goals. And for everything else, you learn to happily, and I mean happily, miss out on it.
All right, let's wrap this all up by getting super practical. In this final section, we're going to build your personal anti-distraction toolkit with stuff you can start doing today. First, let's adopt what's called the craftsman approach when it comes to your apps. Start by just defining what's actually important to you. What does success and happiness look like in your real life? Then you look at every single app on your phone and ask, does this tool substantially support those goals? If it only offers some tiny little benefit while creating a massive distraction, well, it's time to let it go. So here are 5 powerful tactics for that toolkit. You can try time blocking, where you literally schedule your entire day. You can increase friction, using apps to make it harder to mindlessly open distracting websites. Start your day by setting a morning intention. Really embrace the magic of do not disturb mode. And try a process-centric approach to email to cut down on those endless back-and-forth chains.
And this really brings it all home. It's a complete mindset shift. The fear of missing out, FOMO, that's the glue that keeps us stuck to these distractions. The goal of digital minimalism is to embrace JMO, the joy of missing out, the joy of being present, of being focused, and of being in control of your own attention.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. In a world that is literally designed to fight for every second of your time, taking back control of your focus is nothing short of a revolutionary act. What amazing things could you build? What incredible skill could you learn? What book could you write if you could just have your own undivided attention back? I mean, the answer to that question could change absolutely everything.